Please welcome Bruno Mars. Look at him.
Oh, we're out of time. Thanks, guys.
Get in here. How are you?
Good to see you.
Oh, look at you. Oh,
Hi,
my
guys.
gosh.
How you doing?
Hi.
You know, last time we've seen you, there's been so much going on.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm here. I've been in the studio for about 2 years, pulling my hair out, and it's good to be back with you talking about this album and seeing you faces again and all these cameras. Look at this.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? This is an important day for us to see you back here in our studios, Bruno. But we've been watching you. We've been keeping an eye on you.
Let's hear it.
Couple.
Let me get comfortable.
All good stuff.
Let me
like
get comfortable.
Those Super Bowl. It's 2 Super Bowls under your belt.
Not one.
2.
Yeah.
Hold on. Bigger than that. Jane the Virgin. So, okay, let's talk about the album. It's dropping November 18th. Now, we've had several artists in recently talking about how they are really getting into releasing singles here and there and not really caring as much about the collection of songs. But I'm hearing that the album, your third album, which is coming out November 18th, you insist we listen to it as one piece. I mean, don't you? I mean,
yeah.
Even though it is a collection of, 9 singles or something like that,
yeah.
You want us to hear the whole thing from beginning to end.
I want you to put it on, and get lost in it. And I think it's important. There's only 9 tracks on this album. So, opposed to just putting one out at a time. And,
right.
Nah, you guys got to hear the album. I really tried to create an album that goes from 1 through 9 and puts you in this zone, puts you in this mood.
So you record all this music. You have 9 singles on here, 9 songs, 9 pieces.
No, they're 9 singles.
9 singles. But then you have to sit down and then you got to figure out 9 number 1 singles.
9 number 1 singles.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what order they go in because this definitely it's a ride you want us to take on this collection.
That took a while. But once we got it right, we just from 1 to 5, and then we was like, all right, what's 6, what's 7, what's 8, what's 9, and it was just the tempos and stuff. This album for me is everything that I feel like. How do I explain this, Elvis? There's a groove, there's a pocket, there's a swing that I want to hear that I'm not feeling right now, and I want to hear. Hopefully, when you hear this album, you'll see what I was trying to do.
You know what I'm convinced the song is about, too.
Let's hear it.
I think it's about your private parts. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
24-karat magic.
Well,
you talking about,
Danielle thinks it's about your penis.
Every single song I've ever written
is
has
about
been
your
about
penis?
my private parts.
I knew it, Bruno.
Bubble butt included.
Yeah.
Grenade?
Grenade.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. Stand back. Locked out of heaven? I don't know. I'm going to try to apply that. But you know what? You really do think it's about Bruno's private
Because
parts?
listening to a lot of the lyrics, I'm like, oh, yeah, he's talking about it. And my kids sing it all the time, and I'm like, oh, they're singing about Bruno's area.
Oh, boy. Bruno's area. Isn't that in New Mexico?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Did they landed aliens there?
Yeah.
What's it like playing the Super Bowl, Bruno?
It's, man, that Super Bowl, I feel like we were guinea pigs a little bit because it was the first time they did it outdoors, or I don't know if it was the first time, but in the cold.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the first day we got there, it was negative 12 degrees.
Ooh. Oh.
So things that we didn't know that we had to prepare for, like the microphone was a popsicle. So I'm singing. We look like Ralphie in, or is it Ralphie or his brother?
Ralphie in Christmas Story?
Yeah, in Christmas Story. We're all bundled up. We got heaters in our jackets. And I grab the microphone and it just goes, tss, and I can't get my hand off of it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
This was day 1.
I know, but by the time the actual performance went down.
So by the time the actual performance goes down, it's 55 degrees, I think.
Oh, balmy.
Right?
Yeah.
And everything's great. And I was like, yes, thank you. We're finally, we're going to be all right. And they said, all right, guys, you got 2 minutes to walk. And then all of a sudden it starts raining.
Oh.
It's like, it's just to wet everything. Just be like, oh, you're not out to clear yet. I'm going to just wet the stage real quick. And that pompadour that you think you look so cute in, I'm just going to mess that up a little bit. But like the champion that I am, Elvis.
Yes. you persevered.
I persevered.
It was an amazing performance.
Thank you.
Are you going to show up this year with Gaga?
I'm doing every year.
Okay.
You're the resident
They're changing the name to the Super Duper Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, I want to take it a little deep. I don't know where you get it, where you get inspiration to write or to perform? Is it from your universe? Was it from your God? Is it what fire within you is it that keeps Bruno Mars doing Bruno Mars?
Great question. I don't know the answer.
Yeah?
No,
it's just bigger than you.
No, it's just that, like I said, it's this feeling that I'm constantly searching for. This feeling, you know, what do I want to do next? What do I want to feel next? Everything you've heard, Just the Way You Are, Nothing on You, around the first album, that was my introduction when I first started learning how to write a song. And then after the first album, I was like, man, we got to move, man. I see my band moving and dancing. We need some tempo. That's where Treasure came from and Locked Out of Heaven. And then, like, let's push it even harder. I want rollers in my hair, and I want to, you know, wear a pink jacket. We need a song, Uptown Funk. Let's go even further than that. Let's go to Vegas and jet ski on the Bellagio. That's what, yeah, and it's about that. And with this album, that's what I saw. Is I have this vision of, I see it. I see the concerts. I see the shows. I see my guys, you know, with pinky rings everywhere, draped in gold, dancing and moving, and the crowd sweating. It's important, you know, so there's a pocket that I'm searching for to make sure that this movie that I have in my head turns out like that. This album, and maybe you could tell with the visuals in the music video, but this album has this 90s spirit to it. You know, that was my childhood, and I grew up dancing to 90s music, and it was so fun. It was okay to smile and flirt with a girl on the dance floor, and you know, just kind of everybody having a good time, dressing fabulous, you know. And I wanted to capture that emotion and put it on this album.
So that's what this album is.
This album is I don't want to say it's a feel good album, but it felt damn good writing it, and it feels good listening to it right now. I wish it was out.
That's my thing.
I wish it was out so you guys could tell me how great I am.
Well, I think we've done a pretty good job doing that.
That intro was amazing. I'd like that intro again when I leave.
Okay. You know, so this is Froggy, who, by the way, is online. You can see on the screen back there in our Miami studios. This is his wife, Lisa. Very good friend.
Lisa. How are you?
I'm good.
Now, wasn't it your birthday gift in 2014?
Yes, you took me to see him.
We took you to see
Garden.
Bruno in concert at the Garden, I believe. Was it the Garden or Radio City?
No, it was the Garden.
The Garden. And we had great seats, of course.
Of course.
And I don't get my seats from the record company. I pay retail for these things because I believe in the product.
You're a good man.
So we're sitting there, and I remember, I'll never forget, you were putting on a show, and I needed to think that was the best show you've ever put on because it was so effing terrific.
Thank you.
I look over at Birthday Girl, and she's like this. She's just staring, and she was like that for an hour and a half.
Oh,
well,
she's only human, you know.
Right.
But at the end of the show, I said, "Look, I live downtown. I don't think I have enough energy to get downtown. You wore out the audience, so I can't imagine how dead you are. Are you dead at the end of a performance, or are you ready to go out and party because you're high as a kite, ready to go?"
I'm ready. This is why I'm here, Elvis. I've been doing this since I was a kid, you know, and that's what I love to do. There's no better feeling for me. Being in Madison Square Garden and feeling that vibe from the audience, and we're constantly thumping on them. That's the world to me.
I mean, it looks like a workout.
Oh yeah, I got an aerobics DVD coming out very soon. You know,
what's tricky about making an album?
For me, because it's very easy to take a wrong turn. It's very easy to write a song, like Uptown Funk, for instance. That song took months and months and months to complete because we kept on taking wrong turns, kept losing the vibe, losing the energy. That we had the opening part of this hit, that Ice Cold Michelle Pfeiffer, that white girl, that felt so infectious to us. And I was like, oh, this feels great. And then we would go somewhere that we never should have been. And all of a sudden the song doesn't feel good to us anymore. It takes you out of the world. It takes you out of you're not partying anymore.
Right.
So that happens a lot. It happens with every single song I've written, you know. I'm starting Grenade, I remember that. You start writing the verse and like, oh yeah, we're getting somewhere. And then you can go to a chord change, you could do something weird that just takes you out. So I'm always constantly trying to find, put the puzzle together.
But music is the only thing we have connecting us that could fix all of our problems.
Isn't that crazy? And that's what I want to write for the rest of my life. Music that brings people. There's no other way to say it without sounding sappy.
Say it.
Making people come together. If you guys saw the Madison Square Garden, I'm sure you saw young, old, every nationality under the sun. And that's what I love. That's what I love seeing. That this is, I can't. If I could write a song better than What's Going On, Marvin Gaye, or Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, I would. I can't write a song better than that. They wrote that song, over 50 years ago. What's Going On is like almost 50 years old. And we're still talking about the same topics that those songs are talking about today. But what I can do is give y'all some joy to get everybody moving and make sure that, we can all have a good time. And that's what this album, I want people to hear that. I want people to feel, man, this is Bruno trying to get everybody on the dance floor.
Bruno, you're fantastic.
You guys are great. Thank you guys so much.
And we cannot wait for the album November 18th. We will all go buy it today.
And I'll see y'all at the next show.
All right?
Yes.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be
We'll
on
see you at the Super Bowl.
We'll be on the fourth row.
I'll be there.
We'll be watching Super Bowl.
Until they hate me.
Nah, it's gonna take a while. Please give it up for the one, the only Bruno Mars.